Hi, I'm Lokesh Jha, and this is the React Part 4, where we will be discussing about the React Router, multi-page apps, URL params, navigations. In the last video, that is video 3, we have connected React to the outside world by using use effect, data fetching, custom hooks, and we built the user dashboard. That dashboard is a single page. Click anything, the URL will never change, and things like that is not how real world application works. So in real world, uh, like LinkedIn, GitHub, Zomato, every page has its own URL, and click a user, the URL will change. Hit the back button, the URL will go back. If you are going on the users button, then it will show that okay, linkedin.com slash the slash users name, ID, and all those things, which tells the backend that okay, I want this user profile, so it will show that in the page. So similarly, the GitHub and Zomato's work. So each page has a separate URL. Now, if you also share the link, it opens that exact page, and this is called client-side routing. And in React, we do it using the React router. So in this video, we will cover what client-side routing is, how to set up React router, and version 6, the browser router and the routes component, link, NavLink, and reading URL params. Like if you have something as slash, and here if we are writing anything like ID equals something. So these are kind of URL params. How we read any URL. So we will be using we will be seeing that in the code, and we will be going one by one, and you will get everything. If you have any doubt or anything, then you can just comment below. So then we will be reading our panel, use params, programmatic navigation with useNavigate and nested routes. We will be finishing by upgrading the user dashboard into a multi-page app with a user details page, and that loads from the URL. When we will clicking on one user, then it will go to the next page where we will have the details of that user. So it will work like that. Okay, then so in the section 1, we will be covering client-side routing and setup. A traditional website, every time you click a link, the browser makes a full request to the server. The server sends back the new HTML page, and page reloads completely. You see a flash, state is lost. So these things happen in the traditional system. But now we have React. In React app, without routing is like one HTML file. In a React app, if we do not have a routing, then it kind of one HTML file. But if you see, React renders different components, but the URL never changes. In the user dashboard, we have seen that okay, if we have in the user dashboard, if you see on the URL here, like localhost 3000 something, and here you have list of users, and you click here as the button which grows the counter or something, this URL will stay constant, stay same. So why? This is a single page. So now if we want to have that, okay, user can click on this user and it will open a separate page, and the URL will be same as it is slash the user ID will be here, because anyhow we need to know that okay, this user is something, so that ID needs to be sent in the backend in order to fetch the details of that user only. So then we will show name details, any profile like email and all the details for a specific user only. So this is how one single page becomes into multiple pages when we have separate pages. So React renders different components, but the URL never changes. There is no back button. You cannot share the link to a specific page. Client side routing fixes this. So if you see how this could be fixed, client side routing. So this fixes that. What is client? So this is your browser and a separate this is a server. So client means whatever is running in the front end in the client's whatever device he is using, either computer, laptop, or something. So it will be used here. Now in the section 1, we will be seeing client side routing and setup, how we will do that. So first we will show we will see the traditional thing. So first thing we will see traditional website. Earlier what used to happen, a user comes on a web page and he clicks on something, the request goes to the server and server processes the request and it renders like it not renders, it creates a HTML file, sends to the front end and it's shown in the UI. So here we will see that okay, after one click everything refreshes. If you have any state or something like data was there or something, like even if you have some form data you have filled, so that will be lost and again the new page will be coming here. Now currently we have a React app. So without routing, it is kind of one HTML file. You will have all the apps like features and all. You can click here and the page will load and all those things. But on refresh, it will reset to the home page. Also, you can't just share this link to anyone and they will also land to the home page only. You might be working on, okay, I have these kind of users and I click on this user and it showed me the data of that user, and now you want to share that link, that okay, this is the link of the user that I am talking of. But when the your friend visits the same link, it will again come to here because that link just describes that okay, this is the URL there he needs to come, but it not specify that what user needs to be opened or not. So how this is fixed? This is fixed by client side routing, and it does something in the code that okay, it will have a path kind of thing, that okay, this is the path where if someone lands here, then we need to show this UI. If the path is this, then we need to show this UI. This path could be dynamic, this path could have some dynamic values. So these are there, which makes it possible to have multiple pages in React. Now we'll be installing React Router 6 v6 in our project. So let's go to the code. Here we had part 3, so I will create one new part 4 and I will copy this and paste here, and let's go inside this React part 4 and user dashboard. Here we will install, so npm install and the package name. So here we will write React router DOM. So if we install this and then we go into package.json, we have React router DOM. The version is updated right now. It is 7. I was okay. React router DOM npm. So if you come here, yeah, the version currently it is 7.18.0. So let's update this v7. Now we are using React router v7. Now if you see here, it says DOM. We were not like using only React router, we use DOM also. So React router DOM is for the web version, and if you go for the React native, then that is React router native. So native is used for building apps, and so we will be using a React router DOM in the web project. So now we have the latest version of the React ROM. Earlier in the v5 to v6, we have seen some changes in syntax. Now it is v7, so there will be not much change from 6, but yeah, we have changes from the v5. So we need to look into the documentation also if required. Now let's go. We need to close others. We are in here. Yeah. So this is the syntax. And here you see src main.jsx. In the code, you will see src and app.jsx here. So these are kind of same thing. And sorry, yeah, this is the main .jsx. So it wraps your entire app in browser router. We will see what is browser router is. We have imported it from the same package what we installed right now. Here we are wrapping it. In here also you see that strict mode is here, and this app is wrapped inside this strict mode. So we are wrapping using browser router. Browser router wraps the entire application. It watches the browser's URL and provides routing context to everything inside it. You only add it once at the top level and it watches your whole code. So let's import browser router, and will be site, yeah, browser router and this. So this is the browser router, and we are done with this. So now the whole app or application is wrapped with this browser router. Now we will go into app.jsx. Here we are using, let's go into src pages, hero page, hero jsx. Here I will print everything and it will be hero. Here we will have hero and use effect. Why it is used? Yeah, now just I offloaded everything from app.jsx. Here I can empty this. These are not useful. Let's return. We need to import. Okay, that will be imported. Yeah. Now we have offloaded all the code from app.jsx to hero.jsx, the hero section of our application. Here we will be using routes as the covering layer. Inside this, we will be writing the paths. So how we write? Uh, yeah. So here, when someone comes on our landing page, what we need to show them. So this is hero section. This is the way of rendering that page for that specific path. If you have something like a route, and here we have users, so we have users list. Currently we do not have that, but yeah, just you are getting the gist of this. So see what happens here. Now if I go, let's run this npm run dev. We have this URL. Okay, we have not imported. Import hero from this page. So we are here by the double dot. We will come outside this. We will come to src. Okay. Then in here we are dot pages here. Okay, this is not existing right now, so we need to comment this. Use face. Okay, I have just pasted it. So what we will do, components. So we need double dot here. So why double dot? It's double dot helps it to goes outside the folder. Currently it is inside the pages. So by the double dot, it goes outside. So currently it is in SRC. Here it will look for components. Then inside the components, it will fetch the required component file from here. So now we have the slash as a landing page. Now let's suppose we have some other page here as welcome.jsx, and it function welcome, and it returns just a welcome message, and exports default welcome address. And in app.jsx we can use, let's copy this, and it becomes welcome. Okay, now you see we have a separate path here. Let's import this, otherwise it will throw error. Now we will go here and paste welcome. So we have this welcome page. So I'm not going to any other website. We are just adding a URL, um, kind of URL extra added. So which is understood by this routes, and it's diverts the content to this page. So this is how we control the page's content to each URL. Now you will see, and if we want, we can just create a not found.jsx and function not found, and that's simple. Here we will import that, and now whenever some users type something wrong, so it comes to the 404 page not found. If we do not have that, then it will be like this kind of blank will happen, and user will not understand what happened just right now. So it's better we will show some message, and inside the not found we can just add a button to go back. uh, yeah, go back is there, and go back button we have added. So with this it can go back to the wherever it was. Okay, this was a kind of just demo that how the routes work. Here we added the routes. So first thing what we did, we wrapped the whole project inside the browser router. So it has the capability now to read the URLs. And inside this app.jsx, we have added routes. Here we are handling all the paths. Okay. Now it seems more kind of understandable, simple, I think. If you have still any questions, comment below. I will cover that. Okay. In interview, you might be asked that what is browser router in React router. You can answer browser router is a context provided that wraps the whole app and gives all child component access to the routing feature. It watches the browser URL and re-renders the matching routes when the URL changes. You add it once at the root of your app and done. Now let's go for link and navigation link. So it is NavLink, and you can use it. So now link and NavLink, if First thing, the important thing is never use a regular HTML anchor tag to navigate in React Router. It causes full page reload and breaks the single page app. Use link from the React Router DOM instead. So we have seen the routes thing, that okay, when in the URL something changes, we need to change the content of the page. So we need to show this page so that we can tag. So one thing is sorted. Okay, how we will be navigating from one page to another page with all the state contained and with the help of React Router DOM. Now we are seeing how the link and NavLink are used, which are important from the same library. Link, basically a basic navigation, no reload. Okay, so here we have written link to slash users, and it shows a text that view all users, and you can just click on that link and it will navigate to the slash users page. Here we have dynamic URL which says view, so you can have a table. Here we have listed the name of that user. Here is a view button, let's suppose, and or view just a text, and it is clickable text. Here you have provided two users slash user dot id. So this user's id will be tagged to this link. Similarly, here also. So this will be tagged to this. When the users click on this, that user will be redirected to the next page with the details of where the view button was clicked. So that user's details will be shown. So this is how link could be used in dynamic way. Now NavLink, same as link, but adds active class when URLs matches. So you have seen that, okay, we have a web page, and here we have some options, nav option, or in the dashboard we have the drawer, and we have some options. When you click on this, this becomes active. When you click on this, this become actives. Even when the URL changes directly, you have not clicked it, and when it opens, so when you just come to that link and you see that, okay, this option is active, so that is kind of really good UI experience. So same nav link you see, and here we have written two users and style is active, and we have some kind of decoration and all those things. A user is there. When you click on this, so that user becomes active. So this is how we have kind of option to have active also. So this you will see how we are using it. And link renders. So link renders as an anchor tag. What is anchor tag in the, so if you have seen any link in the website, you will see it is as kind of blue, like print and underlined. So these are anchor links, and but the React router intercepts the clicks and handles the navigation without a page reload. Nav link is the same, but exposes and is active flag, perfect for navigation menus where you want to highlight the current page. Like if you are on home page, then home will be active. If you are on about page, so about page should be active. And for the precaution, like warning, do not use a direct href users how we have seen in HTML. So this breaks the flow, and it is not like it will just have a full reload. So do not use the href. 1 minute, I will share. So this way, do not use this way. Okay. And in the interview, you might be asked what is the difference between link and navlink. So you can answer both. Navigate without a page reload. Navlink adds a is active boolean to its style or class name callback, letting you apply the active style to the current page method route. And link has no active state. So this is the difference we have. Both you can use in the React Router because they are imported from the React Router DOM. So what we have concluded, that we should use which is coming from your library which you install right now. So you should be using which are coming from this React Router DOM. so that this is designed for React. So you should be using that. By using the HTML thing directly will break the user experience. So do not use that in React. Now we will go for the section 2, which is URL param. Now we will go for the section 2, which is URL parameters, use params. So first thing we have already seen that by slash that accelerator.com till here, then slash, let's suppose you have something ijk 123 and this is the user ID. So I'm using this app and I have some user ID allotted to me when I have registered. So if I put it here, so then I will see the details that I specifically belongs to me. Okay. So this is the dynamic thing that allots to the URL. So a URL parameter, if you see, that is kind of dynamic thing, dynamic segment of the URL in route, in the route path, user slash ID. So this here ID is a URL param. It can be any value like 1, 2, 3 as a number or a string like locase could be there. And React router captures whatever is in what position of the URL and makes it available to the component. So first thing you need to know that why we are using this values here. So let's suppose you have an application like blog and you have all the paths, all the pages have a static path to that. Okay, this is a blog. So I will put the name of that blog. So here we have all the paths very constant. But let's suppose you have made a page for profile and this page is dynamic. The data will come from the backend and you need to show this. But you don't want that, okay, you have 100 of users and you don't want that I will make a page for each user because here I want to show slash that person's name. If someone puts their name, then this page should come, or slash that user ID, then this page should come. So you went in a direction of optimization. You chose that, okay, I will create one page only as a code in the React, and that page will have a dynamicness that, okay, when the API call will be called, I will pass a user ID of that user that's details needs to be rendered. But where this will come from? So this could be coming from two places. Either you did a props drilling, you passed in the props, and when the component loaded, you will show that. But this breaks when someone directly lands on this page and the previous page which was responsible to send the data to it is not initiated. So that time we see that, okay, this page could be directly accessed also, or sometime it could be refreshed, or uh, anytime it could be accessed without like how pop-ups come. It is a page, it could be independently searched. So the second thing is we need to pass that in URL params. You can pass more than 1, 0, 1, any number of variables inside the params, and this will pick the dynamic value. While we are defining in the code, we will write like this, that, okay, I will copy this. Yeah. Here I will say user slash ID and we will show user details. Okay. Then we can have something like same and let's say user relation. Then here it will go user ID slash manager ID, and uh, let's suppose you want, okay, that will be coming from there only. So here we have passed two of them, user ID also and manager ID also. So now this user detail page will have a value of these two variables inside the page, and they can ask the backend for the data. So this is how the params work. So if you see here, what I was explaining is this. Yeah. So here we have ID, which is dynamic, and we need to show this page, and this page will have the logic to get the ID from the params inside it, and you use the use effect to call the API using this ID what we got. So this is the example, and you have multiple params, route path, post, category, slug. Here we are putting category or slug when we are going for any e-commerce website, so we can see this thing, and or we can see in the blog also. So these things are there, and yeah, this is what we have covered. Now we have use params hook. So in the use param hooks, we see we have imported this from the same package. Okay, this is the use fetch, which we have created as the dynamic one to fetch it. Here we have the main thing that okay, we have created a ID use params, a read ID from the URL. If the URL will have something here, and at the time of sending to it, we have used like this. We have used the colon here. If we forgot to add this, then it will not be like what happens. I will show you. Let's suppose you have done users slash ij12345 as the okay. I will keep it simple. Uh, users slash one, users slash id, users slash colon id. So this will redirect only if the param is 1, then it will redirect to the URL page. If 2 comes or 3 comes, anything which is not 1, then this will not render this page. It will pass on and it will go to 404, that okay, file not found. And here we have ID. So this ID will be considered only if the param, it will not be considering the param, it will considering the URL as it is, users slash ID, not the value of that ID, which is considered here. It says whatever is after users, that value will be considered as ID. When the use param will be called for ID, I will use this value. So it's kind of how easy it is, that you need to write ID here. And if I were using manager ID or user ID, so the difference is only this. I will do user ID comma manager ID. So whatever in the URL present, you are using that only. Okay, I hope you got this. Might be a little bit confusing, but if you watch it once more, you will get the idea. Now we have constant data here. What we are doing that okay, 1 minute. Yeah, this use fetch we have created in the last video. So here we have users loading error. This API is called, and we have handled some scenarios, and we are showing the data. So here we are passing the ID. This is the main thing. The ID we got here from the params, which is users slash 3. So this 3 will come here, and this 3 will be used here to get the data of that particular user in order to show this. Okay. Now we have query string with useSearchParam. First thing is query string and the useSearchParams. useSearchParams is also important, and it is also imported from React Router DOM. Such params we have used as the useSearchParams from here, it is kind of how we have seen as use state. We are using like that only. Okay, this is also a hook. Now the search term, the search params dot get search, or if it is not there null or something, then it will be empty string. So it reads the query where question mark search equals to locase. So what is happening now? You have given some values, and you want to keep the other part as dynamic. Here we have some params. So here you can put a question mark at the end of the URL, and we can put whatever variable value, and then variable with the and variable value. You will see when you will go to any link, you will see some kind of behavior that okay, you have question mark here the end of the URL and all those things. And here we will start search equals locase search locase, then and uh, something like that mode is dark mode, or something that okay, the result needs to be in the dark mode. So this we can put. So this is used. This is taken by this. Okay, we have taken the set search params and set the either target value whatever we have got here. Now we saw that okay, input is this on change handle search. So we are updating the value. So we will see this. So what just important from here is that okay, you can use search also from like here this way. I want to zoom here. Uses question mark search. This is the variable name. Earlier what we were doing, we were defining the variables in our code, and this is in the URL only. Search equals value. Okay. If you have confusion, so that is understandable. When we will be coding, we'll be making the project, you will get through it. Okay. So do not panic. Now we will go for section 3, which is navigation. useNavigate. useNavigate is a hook. Link handles navigation when a user clicks something, but sometimes you need to navigate from code after a form submission, after a login success, or after delete action. useNavigate is the hook for programmatic navigation. So how we see that okay, after login is successful, we land to a dashboard. So that is where we use useNavigate. The syntax is kind of simple, which is imported from the same library. Then we have navigate, which is coming from useNavigate, and this here we have email, password, and even not prevailed. We have tried to log in him. If it is success, then navigate to dashboard. If not, then navigate, like it will be on the same page, just error will be thrown. So here we are using the navigate dashboard. So this is how we navigate. Here we will have more checks that okay, if the result was okay, then only, otherwise this that. So I'm currently showing the logic how we navigate. So this is the way how we navigate to dashboard after the success. Navigate dashboard is all you need. After successful login, the user is taken to the dashboard. No link needed, or no click is also needed. Pure code driven navigation. Now navigation operations, replace and state. So default pushes to history stack. Actually what is, so you have a history stack when you click back. So when you need to go back where you were, so that is a history stack. A user can go back with browser back button. Navigate dashboard, this was there. You click on the back button here, then also you can go back. Replace true replaces current history entry. Now a user cannot go back to the login page after logging again. So here we have written replace true, so it will not go back. It means it will not go back to the landing page, sorry, sign in page, because he already signed in, and you have some logic that okay, if someone is signed in, I will check that okay, if he is signed in, the token are verified, then go to the dashboard again. So this loop will be there, and you don't want them to go, then you can just put replace colon true here in the navigate. And if you want to go back once, you can just put -1 in the navigate. It will go to the back once. You see inside here only we have this browser back button, but here also we have sometimes back button. You have some in detail page opened, and you want to go back, so you can just click here and it will navigate you to the back page. So it is there. This is also useful for the mobile phones when you have your what is that, opened in the phone. The app is open, not app, the Chrome is having that web application open in the app, and you want to give a back button here because let's suppose you are giving service to someone who is not that techie person that he will swipe your screen in order to go back, so he needs a back button, so he can use that also. Now navigate users state from login true. So pass state along with the navigation not visible in the URL. So if you pass after the login to the dashboard, we will have that knowledge that okay, this is coming from login page and it is true that yes, he logged in and it was success. So it is kind of how we send state in the navigation. Why this? Because you will see that okay, now the page is refreshing, so it might be that okay, it the things will getting forgetting, but no, in React we have the facility to have the states. It is called state because of that only, but it consistent throughout the application. Now import use location. We have used the use location and console.use use location from login. So it will print the location state where it was and all those things. So here we have use replace true after login or submission form. You do not want the user to hitting the back button and landing to the back to the login page or the form page. So you replace this. That's why this replace true is used. Now we will be building a nav bar with NavLink. So let's go to the code and let's go to the components, and here we will build nav bar.jsx. So here if we are building a nav bar, so then we need to have we'll be using this commonly in all the pages in the public pages. So that's why it is a component, not a fixed in some page. So it is reusable code. Now let's import what we have learned, the nav link from the react.dom, and then we will define the nav bar. So before that, let's define some CSS nav styles or just style. And so now we have two of them. First is nav style, which is the simple style. And then we have link style. If something is active, then we will put this kind of style. If is active, then this color will be there. If not, this color will be there. Now we'll go for the nav link. Here we will have the return. Oh, 1 minute. The return, and then we need to have the nav, and we will be using the nav style that we have defined at the top. And then nav link will be used to define that okay, home is shown and this slash is there. Let's use this. Then you will have the idea export default nav bar. Now you have this code, and we will be using in let's suppose we want to use in a hero section. Here in the return, we want to have the open closes. As why this is needed, because we can't have multiple div element inside this. We can only have one div element. Here we will use Navbar. Now let's see how the application looks. I will go refresh. Go back to the landing page. This is what hero section. Yeah. First, we should check the app.jsx. We have this hero. Yeah, correct. Navbar. Why this is not running? Pages app.jsx. We have this. Uh, we have these errors. We do not have this also. We do not have this also. Save. Yeah. Now we have home, welcome, and user list. Now you see this has kind of active thing. So we need to have. Okay, let's put the Navbar here also. We are repeating it, but we will later fix this. Okay. Now, if I refresh Navbar, the welcome, what happened? Oh, yeah. We have put outside this. Yeah. Now, if I go on welcome, so see, currently we are changing the URLs, and if even if I copy this, let's suppose I am at home and in the new URL I put this welcome, then this will be active. So that is the active state we were talking about, and now you have seen in the code right now here. So whenever we are like having the link style here, so if we are passing is active in this, then is active is passed. So whenever something is clicked or it is checked from this, so the is active CSS is applied to that. Okay, now we will go for, so now we will see nested routes and layout. So most of the apps have a persistent layout nav bar that stays visible on the every page on the top, and a sidebar or a footer at the bottom. In React router DOM, we have seen that you handle this with a layout route. A parent route renders like kind of skeleton that will be fixed, and inside that all the new pages will be rendered. So earlier we have seen that when I needed the hero section to have the nav bar, it is here, and again in the welcome I needed to do the same. So this could be skipped by having inside the src we will create layouts and root layout dot jsx. Okay, now here we have layouts. Inside this we will be creating the import outlet from React DOM and the navbar, which is the our main component. And we have function, and we have put like this way, and this will give the navbar at the top, and then the outlet renders whatever needs to be rendering in between. And here you can have something like styling also, like okay, I have this main and styling is padding 24 pixels, or yeah, this is closed. So this we can give, and yeah, here we need to, oh, I closed, we need to close it here. Now what we have done is the navbar is here, then whatever main component is which will come here. So it's like that. Outlet is the content whatever we want to deliver. Earlier we used to write here children's. So now this we will see how this looks. Now let's save this. And in app.jsx we will go. So here we have kind of all the paths and all. Now we will wrap this route. Here we will put route layout. Yeah, imported. And here we will remove this, put the index here, and we need to close this routes. So if I format this and uh, yeah, now it is wrapped. If I see now, then we will have two of the navbars. Now we will go to the each pages. We'll remove that. Navbar is removed. Welcome will be also removed. Now if I go back and now refresh, so now it works fine. So now if I need to have something which should also have the nav bar, then I need not to be adding that in the pages. It is in the layout. So we can just create a new page and it will be automatically that layout will be applied to it. So what is happening here is root layout is here, and inside this we are passing each routes. So in the root layout, if you go, then whatever you are passing is replaced by the outlet. The navbar is here, and the outlet is replacing the content. So this is the all the pages that we are passing, the home page or the welcome page. So these are being passed. Now we'll see this index, what we have written here. Let's take it. So you have seen the index in the element hero section, what we did. So the index route renders when the parent path matches exactly with the additional segment. It is the default child. So if we go here, here we have done the slash path, and here it is not good to have the path here as a slash also here also. So without index, a navigation to this would render the layout only, and but the outlet would be empty, nothing to show. So with index, this renders the home page. So if this is done, the index one will be rendered here, and the other has the same path. So that's why we use index here. Now we have protected routes and 404. We have seen this, that if something is not available, just show the 404. Protected route means since we can have some public pages and something like dashboard or whatever ped pages or the login is required. So these are protected pages. These are public, like landing page or about section or term and policy. So these are public. So we are going for protected routes. So the pages which are needs to be logged in only, then they will be accessed. So those are protected routes. So if I go in the components and I create protected routes.jsx and here do the function protected routes, and not children's is authenticated comma children. Now we will show that okay, if it is not authenticated, then go to the login page, else just return the child. So it is kind of check we have. We need to import this navigate here. Now we'll go to the app.jsx. We can do command P and app.jsx, and here we will be using that. So how we can use that? So let's suppose we have the welcome as protected route, that okay, when someone logins, then only we will show this. So we can do element welcome, but we need to have the protected route wrapped to it. Protected routes is authenticated and upload. Okay, we can. Oh, okay, this is not exported. We will paste this and save. Let's format this a bit. Okay, so in this component, we are passing the welcome one. Here, what it does, it returns that same thing just after the check. Okay, now if I go here, again the import is not there, I think. Yeah, now if I go welcome, so it is working because I'm by default passing here true. What if I pass false? Here I'm going to login page. See, if I click here, I'm going to login page. I've not created the login page, that's why it is showing 404 not found. So this here we will have some checks. It is by default hard coded right now to get the understanding of that. Okay, and not found 404, we have already seen that. Okay, we just need to write 404, and in the app.jsx at the last we will put any other path will be routed to not found, because we have not defined that path yet, or the user is trying to reach somewhere which is wrong URL. Okay, now we will go for a mini project after this, and we will be using the same code of the user dashboard to build it with routing. We will be upgrading the experience of this user. So let's rename this as home JSX. Yes, import also. And this will be changed also. And we will be showing what was this list. Okay, search is there and the box is there. Okay. Now we will put hmm, okay, we will create a separate page for this. Okay, that will be better. Home.jsx. Oh, we have created it in small letters. Let's make it capital. And there's no issue of much, just for the standard practice we are doing. Now we have hero, we have home section, which is function home, and it returns the home. So what we expect from home to do. So let's add some CSS. Okay, now we have the home page, which is having a div. Let's add it some heading like React user dashboard. Sorry, and let's add the paragraph as a multi-page React app with routing and data fetching and clean state. Then we will have the link that we have talked about, that to user, view all users, and we will have some styling. So let's save this, go to here, and here we will do home, and the import will say the same home. And here if we come, it doesn't show anything. Let's see what the problem. Home is there. If I click this, I reach this. If I click Something is wrong. This is showing in small letters. Oh, JSX is there. Layout that was already small. Let's go the welcome page. Ah, there is some. So still it is working. Home is not working. What could be the issue? Let's start from app.jsx. We have this slash and the index should be working here. If for a moment we revert the changes, we have hero here. Home. Okay. The imports are still in the small letters. Hero, hero, hero. Okay, got it. Okay, now these are working. Let's import the home also from home, and we put a home here, and it is not working. Why so? We are doing the export also. We are providing, might be missing. Wait, 1 minute. Let's check. We will have something here. We have some issue in the boundaries, but we have imported it, which is links. What we are missing right now, we have a component. Div is the head one. Link is there. PP paragraph. Oh, okay. Then we have if we do okay, there might be something which I am missing right now. Let's continue, then we will anyhow find the solution. And pages will have users list dot jsx, and here we will be using the same hero section, more of the code, having the users not hero users list import, kind of nice errors, user list. Let's see the error use. Okay, so we will go here. We have use fetch, where the use fetch is in the components only. Oh, we should create a folder of hooks and move this to here and updated it. Now in the hooks we have this. Let's see the errors. What is the new error now? In the use fetch also, do we have any imports? No. Okay, nice. Hero section, close this. User listing, yeah. User card, the components, user cards, some spelling mistake, then skeleton card. I hope this is good. Okay, nice. Now we have home. If I click on view all users, it shifts to user list. here we have user list. And if I want to click on this, then I should go to this page, but we do not have created this page. So let's create one with the user details dot jsx, and we can remove the hero one now. We have not found user details, user list. Welcome is also not needed, but yeah, for now let's keep it, because okay, we can, okay, leave it there. Now in user details page, we need to show that user. Now this is where you will learn how we are using this value. One is there. So we will import use params and link from React DOM, and we will import use fetch also, and we will have function of user details. Let's move this. Now we have details. Then we need to have ID equals use params, and done. So now you have IDs in your hand. Now you have the value here. So now constant data users error. Oh, wait a minute. Here we have done something. Yeah. Here we will have loading and errors. Use fetch. And here we are having, okay, we have used this backtick so that we can use the dollar sign, and we can directly use the JavaScript inside this string. So I put the dynamic ID here, whatever the ID value will be here, we will be using this. Okay. Now, okay. Now let's go for constant, whatever data, and post. We will use fetch this and just put a URL here. Now we have these kind of URLs, and if loading, yeah, is loading, then just so return a div of loading like this, and loading users dot dot dot. Let's close this, otherwise it will show error always. Export default user details. Yeah. Now we can have those checks. Okay, now we have the page ready for the user details. Here we have some kind of CSS only, and the link is there to users, and we have back to users. If I click here, I will be redirected to user space. Currently, we are in users slash the ID. Then if the back button is clicked, we will go back. Here we have some styling, and here is the user.name.caret. Where it is coming from? So we have this users fetched from the use fetch, and we have fetched the user details for this particular ID, and we are showing the name here, the first character just for the logo purpose. Then the email, username, website, company name, country, and the city and the zip code. These things are there. If post is there, then we will show the post also, which is fetched for here. We fetched it. So now we need to show this. So first thing we need to add here is, let's copy paste users slash ID user. What is the name? User details. Okay. Now if I save this, We have error also, import hero from hero page. Yeah, we have deleted this now, that's why. Mhm. Okay, still we have some errors. We are here. Okay, let's first go for the console. We will have something here. User is not defined as here. Okay, user is here. Ah, we will use user here. Okay, then if I refresh, again there is some errors. Post is not defined. Post. Okay. Okay, yeah. Here we will use posts. Now it is working. Some CSS issue. This should be black where we are showing the name font. It will be red. Okay, save. Oh, that was bird. Okay, font color. Let's do the same thing here and done. So now, yeah, the name is here, the email address, or those posts are here. If I go to home page, view all users, user list is here. I click on this and the name is this. So the user 2 is here and we have post from the user. So yeah, we have seen all, yeah, we have also the back to users also, which is at the wrong place. You could move it like align. Okay, we will do that later. Like we can align it to the left side, that will be better. And yeah, so in this video we have covered the React Router DOM, and which is version of 7, and browser router, how it wraps at one file only and the whole will have the access to the route setup, and link and NavLink for navigation, URL parameters, and useParams programmatic navigation, like programmatic navigation from the code, with useNavigate, the layout pattern with outlet, and nested routes, protected routes, and the 404 to catching all the wrong URLs. We upgraded the user dashboard from the one page to multiple page now. And in the React video part 5, which will be coming next, the final project will be there. We will combine everything from this series: component, props, use state, use effect, data fetching, custom hooks, React routers, everything all together in one product. And we will build that where everything clicks and everything at one place. So it's kind of a revision also and a final project also. And yeah, complete notes will be available on GitHub. You can go there in the description and you can visit the code. Also notes will be provided, and you can go for the interview questions for the same. If you have any doubt, any feedback, comment below, it will be helpful. And subscribe.